first of the probably top 50 prospects amongst the safety group. And then I'll make my way down to Mr. Woodson, who will be at podium 3. The prospects are now entering the room.
Which I don't actually. If he says something about the offense, he's doing this stuff. That's my game. I'm totally guessing. They want us to focus on then he's going to be I mean, that's a deal. Once, maybe change. I get my questions. You're doing balancing. Well, I'm going to go and try to get some of that. I'm going to hit some of like the other ones.
Cool. There's a corner with Velvet 11.
No, he's really good.
Kid from East Carolina, I like him a lot.
Yeah, we saw that at 11 o'clock.
Car crashed on ACL.
Oh, really?
I was like, do you think adversity stories work? I don't think people give a shit anymore.
Who's connected to the guy?
Those aren't the same guys.
Oh, okay, right.
So I was like, there's.
Well, maybe now actually Starks is supposed to be before Woodson. It looks like Woodson may be on the podium before Starks, which is not what's on the paperwork that I was given. 15 minutes, yeah. And they were flat out no shows. Okay, well, I'm going to make my way down to Mr. Woodson. It looks like he's going first, and I'll free her, so I'm not going to stay till Saturday. All right, get the bar.
He's a good man. They got good kids over there too. They got good
Oh, no, it's not. Not here. It's Mickens. Okay.
First they're getting the guy that loves the game. I truly love football, and there's no doubt in my mind, no doubt about that. And I don't take this game for granted. It shows in the manner in which I play. They're getting a guy that's a leader, somebody that will come in right away and show an example for how things should be done. That I'll uplift the people around me. Whether it's my teammates, coaches, or people in the building, I bring the best of everybody that's around me, and that's a guy that will do that. And a playmaker. I truly, when I'm on the football field, I'm always be near the ball. I'm always be flying around, and I'm truly gonna make plays and be near the ball. And be, ball disruption is a big thing I'm about, and that's what I would do.
This week you meet with plenty of kind of teams. Have you met with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers yet?
No, I have not.
Kevin, what would you say is your defining trait with so many good safeties in this draft class? What, when someone puts on your tape, defines you and separates you from the rest of them?
I say truly my instincts in which I play in and the speed at which I play. And then the last thing is how I tackle. I feel like my tackle, the manner in which I tackle, I don't miss tackles. And, I'm not used to missing tackles. And it's a standard for me when the ball gets to the second level, I'm going to be the guy to get down.
Have you spoken at all to Pittsburgh students during this process?
No, I haven't.
Kevin,
What's your reaction to seeing this?
Yeah, everybody has to do what they feel is best for them, and whether that's mentally they feel like they want to go improve themselves and mature in certain areas, or whether they want to put some more on the film, that's up to them, and I'm proud of them and happy for them. And no matter what decision they were going to make, I knew they would either come to the NFL and be great players, or go back and they're going to go do what they do. And for me, like I told him, I had to reflect on that for myself and see where am I in the process? Where do I feel as though, am I ready for the NFL? And, like I said, physically, that was never a doubt in my mind, and mentally was the biggest part. I feel like that mental side is more important than the physical side, and, once I realized that mentally I'm ready, it was no doubt in my mind that I was going to be
There's a time, I guess, in the offseason and also early into the fall where people kind of view you as, maybe a first-round talent. Do you still view yourself as that despite this season?
Yes, I do, no question. The injury doesn't change a thing. If I would have played this junior season, I would have showed, exactly what I was supposed to show, and there would have been no doubt in anybody's mind that I was, a first-round talent. When I come back, you guys are going to see everything and more of that, and there's no doubt in my mind. I'll make sure that everybody sees it. This injury is not changing anything, but, all I can do is control what I control, and what I control is when I get back, it's going to be the same. You know, it's going to be a much better version of me.
Yeah, how can you prove that in the pre-draft process, whether it's in interviews or
my big thing is simply just when we're going through film, showing that I know what's going on, showing that I can dissect a formation, showing that I can learn a game plan, and simply by going over it one time and coming back to it and showing the coaches that when it comes, because right now the big thing for me is my mental, and that's showing them that I'm mentally there, because physically, I showed that I can run with guys, I can tackle guys, I can cover guys. Right now, it's just showing that I'm able to go into an NFL safety room and learn the game plan and be a guy that calls the defensive plays and controls the secondary, and that's the big part for me right now.
Kevin, what
who's
is
you met with formally? Who's you met with formally at the combine?
About 18 teams, a lot of teams, yeah.
Another question. Is there a play from your career that you think best paints a picture of who you are as a football player?
It's a couple plays. Michigan, my tackle on Loveland. I'll say Michigan State, TFL I had to the flats, and then my interception against Rutgers.
Have you met with the Giants?
Yes, I have.
Kevin? What is?
It went well. Yeah, I like the Giants a lot. It went well. Yes, sir.
How often do you think about that West Virginia game? How well you played? I guess how eager are you to get back on the field again?
Yeah, I think about it all the time. I watch that game all the time. Getting away from football and not playing for a long time, I make sure to keep watching my film. You never want to lose confidence. You want to make sure you keep that going. And throughout this process, I've never lost confidence, and my whole confidence has been boosted because of how strong my mental has and the people around me that I have around me. And I think about that West Virginia game all the time, and my motivation to be back, I can't wait. And I'm glad. I'm blessed that it happened to me. I don't regret anything that happened, and I don't wish anything different, because I think throughout this process, I've learned a lot about myself. I appreciate things more than I ever had, and I'm actually blessed that it happened to me.
How about the Chicago Bears? Have you had a chance to meet with them?
Yes, I have.
So, in terms of your game, where do you like playing more, in the box or in coverage?
To me, it doesn't matter. I love to tackle. I love to cover guys. Just in football, I love playing football. So it doesn't matter. Whatever you want me to do, I'm going to be willing to do it. I'm going to put it at a high level.
Kevin, what is Bo Papula like in practice and as a teammate?
Yeah, Bo Papula's a great guy. He's one guy that I love. He was my lift partner one year in the spring, and I love that. That was probably the best spring I've had, because a guy like that, he pushes me to my limit, and he has no off days, and that's the kind of guy I want around me to push me to be better.
What makes him difficult to defend?
What'd you say?
What makes him difficult to defend?
Yeah, what makes him difficult to defend is the fact that he's a lot faster than a lot of people think, which presents problems. And nowadays, when you have a dual threat like him, and then he has a great arm on him. He's a very smart quarterback, so he's a great quarterback. He's going to do great in Missouri, and I can't wait to see him.
Kevin, you're a really strong tackler on film. Is that something you take pride in?
Yes, that's something I've taken pride in since I was a little kid. My father, the way he raised me as a tackler and the way he coached me up. When you hit a dude, he should feel you every time, and a lot of times you shouldn't miss any tackles as a safety. And coming at this level, the greatest safeties don't miss many tackles, and they're the guys that get it on the ground, save the team, make sure we can live another down. And I take big pride in that, and I don't take missed tackles lightly.
Kevin, you mentioned you've been studying film. Pattern matching, we just saw in the Super Bowl. We saw what they did in cover 4 pattern match. They did a lot of quarter, half, and even cover 9. What's your experience in terms of pattern matching, and what's your approach to learning those things?
Yeah, I have great experience. With Manny Diaz, his defense, we did a lot of that, a lot of signatures, a lot of different things. And same thing with Tom Allen. In my experience, I learned in many different ways, whether it's we get on the board, whether we go to the field, we watch stuff on film, whether we go out on the field. And I've had a great experience of understanding defenses and learning. And, in my time of, like I said, being around Jair Brown, who was a guy that could see a defense like no other and see through an offense, I learned so much from him. And I'm at the point now where, it's very fun to watch film. I could watch film and talk about all day, because it's almost like doing a puzzle. And it's got to the point where I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's more enjoyable, and it's more, it's not that hard for me to.
What's your favorite defense to hear called? What's the one you enjoy the most?
I love cover 8, and I love simulated pressures.
Thank you.
Are you going to be able to do anything at pro day?
I'm planning on, based on how my body feels, I want to run the 40.
What's the biggest lesson that you learned from Coach Franklin that you can take with you for the rest of your life?
My biggest thing, and it's not even football related. It's just make sure you treat everybody the same. Treat everybody how you would, shouldn't treat, the janitor different than you would treat your head coach, or just going around the building. That's something I took pride in. You can't. If you go to Penn State, you won't find one person that said I treated them bad. And I made sure that every interaction I had with people around the building was a great interaction. And whether they were having a good day or a bad day, I either added to the good day or made their bad day better.
Walk me through the injury if you could. So you got hurt early in the season. You tried to come back at one point. Walk me through the process.
So after the West Virginia week, that happened. Great game, great team win. We come next week, that Wednesday in practice. I stepped a little funny, tweaked it. That happened. I didn't know what it was. We checked it, looked at it, no swelling. We thought it was just a tweak. So come Thursday, we have a walkthrough. I like to do my walkthroughs with urgency and go a little faster. I like to make sure I'm getting the game like rep. Step a little funny again, and I feel that sharp pain again. So at that point, I understand, you're going to have nicks and pains during the season. You're never going to feel 100% throughout the season. I try to come Friday, we have our speed, and, it still feels funny then. I think game day, adrenaline will go away, and I feel good game day. Come game day, from the first play, I'm hurt. So, it goes on. A couple plays, I finally realized that I should probably, take myself out. I'm at this point, I'm a liability to the team playing 50%. So I talked with the trainers and my coach. We ended up getting an MRI that following Sunday. And then that's when I realized that it was more than what we thought.
What was it?
It was officially, torn ACL. It was partially torn, but I had to get surgery as a torn ACL.
Is there a player as a bigger safety you like to watch, or somebody that you model your game after?
Yes, I say Derwin James. Just simply, he's bigger. He's a big safety, guy that can cover everybody, whether it's zone coverage or man coverage. He can do everything. He can blitz, and I just love. I'm a big tackle guy. I love how he tackles, and in the manner in which he tackles. He's a physical guy and plays football the way it should be played.
I want to ask about one of your former teammates. What was it like playing with Theo Johnson?
Oh, Theo Johnson, that's a great player. He's a guy. Tall guy. He's faster than a lot of people know. He's deceivingly fast, super fast, and he showed that a lot of times in the league and even at his 40. Playing against guys like that, Tyler Warren, Theo Johnson, competing with them day in and day out, I love that. That's what made me such a great player. And the things I've learned from them by practicing it with them and competing with them every day, I learned so much to make me a better player, and I wish the best of luck to them.
How do you describe Theo in one word?
I say resilient.
You say you consider yourself a leader. Do you have an example during your time there that you think you displayed good leadership?
I say in general, I displayed good leadership in the manner in which I went about it. I made sure that before I said anything to anybody or tried to tell anybody to do anything, I made sure that I had my head on straight. I had to earn the respect of my teammates, and as a leader, you can't have any off days. You can't be somebody that comes in some days negative, some days positive.
For the unknown, there's so many things that can happen. It's different in college where everything's structured and scheduled out. It's going to be different. I'm ready for that.
RJ, we just saw once again the power of being able to throw different looks at a quarterback. Patrick Mahomes is obviously one of the better quarterbacks in the league. We saw what they did pattern matching, cover 4 pattern matching, cover 6, cover 9, kept switching it up. What's your experience in pattern matching? How do you learn different defenses, in the sets you've played in?
Yeah, with Coach West and Coach Venables, we had to learn multiple defenses. And we had 4-2-5s, 4-3s, 4-1-6s. We had 3-4s. We had so many different defenses that we ran. 3-3-5s. We had super complex defenses. And just knowing, the obstacles that throws at an offense, is a real advantage, honestly. Just knowing how to confuse and manipulate quarterbacks and mess with, offensive line IDs and all type of stuff. So it's a really cool experience that I got to experience at Clemson, just learning so many different defenses.
At times you were asked even to jump out and cover out wide, sometimes Z's, sometimes the X, sometimes in the slot, sometimes tight ends, sometimes running backs. How long did it take for it to slow down and you to understand all your different responsibilities?
Yeah, it really just came with, getting older, maturing, trusting the coaches, and, just watching tape. Watching tape helped me really understand the game more, and, just digging into my leaders, people above me that have done it before, experienced guys like Jalen Phillips, Nolan Turner, those guys that came before me really helped and slowed the game down.
And of all the calls that come in, and as you said, very multiple defense, what's your favorite defensive call to hear come in and why?
Oh, my favorite defensive call, I got to go with the safety blitz. Safety blitz, yeah.
I'm an old safety. We all love safety blitzes.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How do you show teams your passion for football?
Really just by the tape, how I play, seeing my preparation in the game. I feel like you should be able to see how much work I put into it whenever I step on the field, and I just want that to be evident.
What outside of your football skill do you think is important that teams know about you as a person?
Just that I'm a genuine person, genuine, holistic guy, and I'm really developed as a man. Testament to Clemson, Paul Journey, Jeff Davis. Those guys really poured into me holistically and helped me become a better man, a better leader.
RJ, what goes into your film study? You're talking about your IQ being your defining trait. How do you separate yourself from other players on the team as well as other safeties in this class with your film study?
Yeah, I just, having a father like I had, just being able to teach me how to study, break down receivers, and then just my preparation myself, just watching every single clip that I can. If it's week 6, I've watched the first 5 weeks, every single play. Every game that they've played. If it's week 12, I've watched the last 8 games, every single play. So I'm watching so much tape that it's in the back of my head to where whenever I get out there, it's like second nature.
Have you spoken at all to the Pittsburgh Steelers during this process?
Yes, I have.
Was that an informal meeting or
informal?
Okay, thank you.
How old were you when you and Ray started watching tape together?
Well, I want to say probably 6th grade. Yeah, 6th grade.
Have you also watched him? I mean, obviously you were too young to watch him live, but if you go back and watch your father's tape?
I've seen some of it. It's kind of hard to get all the clips in one area, but just because it's so old. But
don't say that out loud. Your dad's gonna see this.
Nah, yeah, I've seen some clips of him for sure.
He was an explosive, tough little dude, man.
Yes, sir. Nah, definitely. Thank you.
RJ, when you watch your film, what would you say is the biggest strength as well as the biggest area of improvement that if you improve this, you'll become a star at the next level?
Yeah, I feel like my biggest strength is really my work ethic, my IQ, my preparation, my ball skills, and just my versatility. I feel like I can bring a lot of value on special teams, whether it's strong safety, free safety, nickel, dime, anywhere. And then things I can improve on really everything. I can get better at everything. I feel like there's no specific area. I mean, of course there are, but there's things I can improve on everywhere. Every area of my game can get better, especially. And that's what it's going to take for this next level. So I'm really prepared for that.
When you look at, your entire college career, think back to when, you first stepped on the college campus. What would you say is a moment or something that you're extremely proud of, yourself? Because that's an incredible journey. What would you say, what are you so proud of, from college?
Really just, I'd say probably my first interception. Yeah. Just knowing what all went into that, from being on a scout team, to adversity, just, getting that first interception was a big hump for me, getting over that. And, it felt really good doing that.
Awesome. Have you met with Cincinnati Bengals?
Yes, I have.
How was that meeting by any chance?
It was good.
Yeah. All right, best of luck.
Thank you.
RJ, student of the game, tell me about a play you made specifically because of your film study. A play you could not have made if you hadn't really been digging into tape.
Yeah, Virginia Tech. We were in a three robber type call, and I've been watching film, knowing that whenever the back went out, they were gonna run snag backside, and the back went out. I just didn't even see the snag. I knew it was coming and just jumped it and got a hand on it, dropped the interception. I should have been 6.
Yeah, I had a chance to scout your father. Let him know he's still one of my favorite guys ever to watch.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Anyone else to watch pattern your game after?
I like to take bits and pieces from everybody. There's a lot of great safeties in this league that I like to model my game after and just take a little bit from everybody. I like to be my own person in the same sense, but there's so many great people to watch and emulate and just pick little things from them that I feel like I can do better and improve on.
All right, thanks, RJ. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
I can see a lot of similarities with a guy like Ryan Burns for the Lions.
Why do you think it is?
Just because of how versatile he is and how they're able to move him around in so many different spots. And he's a great tackler, but he's also very, very violent on the ball. So I think that says a lot about my game as well.
Jonas, you come from a very multiple defense. We just saw, obviously, what Vic Fangio did to Pat Mahomes. What are some of the things that you have done previously that help you get ready for pattern matching and reading out some of the things you're going to have to do at the next level?
Just film study and just consistency. And I think just being being humble enough to know that there's still so much for you to learn. That was kind of my whole approach coming to the Senior Bowl. It's just, there's so much for me to learn here, and this is a great opportunity. I want to showcase my skills, but I also want to come in with that mindset of taking in as much information as I can. So just having that mindset of always finding ways to learn and get better is just ultimately going to help you become a better player every day.
When you go back and study yourself, oh, thank you.
We cannot leave this anywhere.
Nation has a lot of respect for him, so it makes a lot of sense why he's doing what he's doing. He's been successful because he's got a good head on his shoulders. So, yeah.
Last one for
What's
Sebastian.
your scouting report of Jeremy Hunt?
The scouting report on who?
On Hunt?
On Hunt?
Oh, your teammate. Jeremy.
Jeremy?
Yeah. Who, Iowa? Jeremy Hunt?
Oh, Monty Hooker. Monty Hooker. Oh, yeah. He's very similar to a lot of the players that play in that particular position called the vet cast position or the nickel position. Kind of reminds me of Dane Belton a little bit. Guys that just understand, or smart players understand like pass concepts and just being able to find the ball. Really, he had in this past season. It was just like I think his 7th season, but he had like 5 picks. So he was up there in the rankings. I talked to him not too long ago. He talked to the Iowa, the DB groups a little bit. So just seeing how he is and his confidence and a player, and there's a reason why he's doing everything he's doing. So
Thanks, guys. He's got to go.
Pardon me.
I mean, no, I stay in my lane unless somebody swerves in it. So I just I stay to myself and I just like to compete. Probably my first Friday at the University of Georgia. You got to earn your weekend, so we came in and we did everything, like squat, bench, we did everything. Crazy weight, crazy reps, and then he made us grab like a 45-pound weight. We got these steps that lead into the indoor, so we walked down the steps. You had to walk around the field with the weight over your head. If you put it down, you had 5 steps. So me and my freshman class, we're just all together. So if he put it down, we all had to put it down. So just that connection that we built just throughout the years. Just kind of being myself. Like I said earlier, him and JC, when I first got there, told me to go get it because it's open. And I think just being in that position, I called him the other day just saying like, hey, like, what do I need to do? There's no secret to any of this, you are who you are, and at the end of the day, you can't run from that. He just told me to be myself, and it'll work out for itself.
Malachi! Oh, sorry.
One more time. Yes, sir. It was good. I met with him last night. It was really good. Coach's staff is amazing, really intense. Coach Adas there, he was at the University of Georgia, so I know him pretty well. So just being able to be in that room and just talk ball, I love it. It's like my space. So.
Versatility's been like the buzzword.
Right.
Who are some of the versatile guys that are better than Who are some of the other guys?
Yeah, I think like as I watched like Kyle and I watched Buda Baker a lot of time actually early in his career and even now, just being able to move around, just guys that can make plays wherever, you place them wherever and they can go produce, and I think that's the biggest thing is just being able to produce.
2 more for Malachi.
I'm curious, what did you learn about a guy like Michael throughout this?
Yeah, Michael's that guy, for sure. And just being able to play behind him, rush and coverage work together, he makes my job easier and I make his easier if we're both on the same pace. So just being with a guy like that, watching him move and, like even when I'm rushing, like I'm asking tips, like, hey, like, what can I do here? What can I do there? Just being able to learn, like, just ball in general. So just being with a guy like him is huge.
So your GM.
Okay, what are ways?
So one more time.
Michael or Jalen?
I'm taking both. I'm taking both.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Malachi. This is like some details about it.
Yeah, and that's a totally normal
it take longer to fucking do
I think
it?
just getting compete with the highest level with other players in the country who's the best in their position. It was just cool just to see how you kind of match up with those guys, and also just another test of how it's going to be in the NFL.
Have you met with Gerald while you've been there yet?
Not yet. Shoot, knowing that, God got me here, man. Every day is a blessing. I had the injuries early on in my career, but just knowing that every day is a blessing, I'm grateful. So every day I just wake up and get to it, man. Just knowing that, like, this is what it is, bro. This is everything I've been dreaming about. So I'm just happy and blessed to be here. Really just, taking the small daily wins. That's really what it was. A lot of times the injuries, you want to just, be back like right now immediately, but every day is going to be a grind, it's going to be a battle, but you got to take the daily wins and take the small wins, the 1%, just every day.
Man, I'm not sure if you asked me this, but being here in this moment at the combine, being able to show these scouts your skills and where you want to be in the future, what does this mean to you?
It means everything. It's a dream. I mean, I've been dreaming about this since I was a kid. This all I ever wanted to do is be in the NFL, be, at the combine. You see a lot of guys who came from Cal, went to the combine, so just knowing that I'm here, I'm in this position, it's amazing, and I'm going to embrace all of it.
Greg, if I'm an NFL general manager and I draft you, what type of player am I going to get?
You're going to get a consistent player, somebody who's humble, who's going to come in and put in the work every day and find value.
Have you met the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Informally, I have. It was great.
What can you say about your teammate, Noah Williams, the season that he had as a ball hawk?
You said it. He's a ball hawk. I mean, the work he put in the off season, every day grinding by himself, doing drills, and everything that he done in dark, it came to light this season, and I'm proud of him.
Craig, in the NFL, would you say your play style is like?
Man, I watch a lot of Cam Beasley, man. Cam Bynum went to Cal. He's a good guy. Gets the ball, knows how to make tackles come up and run smart and coverage. So I think I'm the type of person who kind of models my game after him.
Craig, when you were coming up, who was your biggest mentor? Like, who did you look up to? Who did you want to be at the NFL level?
Yeah, just all the NFL guys that we had in our room from 2019, like Jalen, Ashton, all of those guys. Like, I kind of looked up to them. Once they left, I kind of just, watched their journey, how they did things, and I was like, bro, I want to be in that same spot. So mostly those guys.
Have you had a chance to meet with, or do you plan to meet with the Cowboys?
Yeah, I have a chance to meet with them once I get out of here, April 2nd, I believe. I'm gonna go out to their facilities.
Oh, so
and
you're an official
talk to
30?
them. Yeah.
Okay. What would it mean to be on the defense that has Micah Parsons up front? I mean, that's got to make things easy for you in the back.
Yeah, when you have a star edge rusher like that, it makes everything easier because the balls can come out quicker. You got a lot of things in the back end that he takes the pressure off you. So having somebody like him, that would be great.
And what about iron sharpens iron, because you'd be having to stop a guy like CeeDee Lamb and Jake Ferguson, Pro Bowl,
Sure.
and Dak Prescott throwing the ball out there.
Yeah. So going against those guys in practice, that just makes your game better. It just makes you step up because, in practice, you have to take those as game reps. So if you don't, approach it like that, then you're not getting any better. So going against those guys in practice, that would be just even me to, add to my bag.
Now that college is over and you're taking this to the next level, what is something that you learned from college that you make sure you continue to have that repetition?
Yeah, take care of my body. That's definitely important because availability is everything in this game. If you can't play, then you're on the sidelines, bro. You've forgotten about. So definitely take care of my body.
If you could share the field with one NFL player all time, past or present, who would you choose?
I would say Charles Woodson. So me and Charles Woodson side by side, that would be great. Just the last names, I looked up to him growing up, just because we had the same last name, and I'm a safety, and really he's the reason why I changed my number to 2 in college. So I would say him.
Who would you have the most fun going up against?
Sheesh, I would say Le'Veon Bell. That used to be one of my favorite players in the NFL. Back when I used to be wanting to be a running back, that was one of the guys I looked up to. So I would love to go against him.
You mentioned Noel earlier. He tried to give you an interception during the Shrine game. You knew somebody's have to ask about it. How did you make it up to him? He tapped it right to you.
He tapped it right to me. Did not finish it, but I'm grateful to have him on my side when we was at the Shrine Bowl, man.
like you said, he tipped it to me. He made a great play. I just gotta come up with that.
So are you working on that? Are you working on coming up with more balls?
Yeah, for sure. Got to work on my ball skills, and that's something that you do on a daily basis.
You have some experience with pattern matching, obviously. You just saw the Super Bowl, and they dismantled Kansas City, at least in part, because what they did with all that aggressive pattern matching defense. What are things you're working on to be ready if you're playing in that kind of defense in the next level?
Yeah, just making sure you're not getting fooled by fakes and all of that. Like keeping your eyes where they need to be on your keys and being able to diagnose patterns in the offense.
So what are you working on specifically to do that? Like, are you sitting with somebody who's played at the next level? Are you talking to your old position coaches? Who's helping you down that path?
Yeah, definitely sitting with position coaches and going over film. I mean, I think that's what helps with that. Just, having film study, being able to diagnose that stuff.
What's your favorite film study play you've ever made? A play you could not have made if you weren't a student of the game?
Shoot. I'm going to have to say that interception at Oregon State. That was one that we had seen on film before, and we had a good disguise. We was in the temp too, had a good disguise, and was able to get back there on the half. And then, once the quarterback looked that way, we knew that quarterback was a guy who, kind of went with his first read. So, once he turned and looked that way, I already knew what it was.
Greg, kind of a two-part question. The first one is, do you talk about your versatility and ability to maybe branch out and play some corner or a different part of safety? And have you formally met with the Detroit Lions?
I haven't formally met with the Lions, but in regards to your first question, I think that. Wait, what was your first question again?
First question is, can you talk about your versatility?
Yeah, okay.
Are you able to play corner?
Yeah, so versatility is really everything when it comes to defensive backs. I mean, if you're versatile, you can stay on the field longer and you have more opportunities. So for me, I think that it's important for me to be able to play in coverage, being able to play on at the nickel, or even if they got to move me to outside, I do have the skills to do that. So I think that's just important, just to getting on the field.
How about special teams?
Special teams is everything, man. It's an extension of defense. When it comes to kickoff, when it comes to punt, those are the type of plays that can change the game. So you got to take it's important.
Thanks. You talked about wanting to be a running back. You obviously have a track and field background. How do you think that kind of gets you out on the field?
Yeah, I mean, being able to know how running backs maneuver, when they're trying to make that move, when they're trying to get you off your spot, I think that just having that in the back of my mind helps me with tackling.
Craig, will you be a full participant? Are you doing everything here?
I will be doing everything.
I love it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Greg, you and Noel both had great weeks at the Shrine Bowl. Can you talk about going through that experience with a teammate, with someone familiar, going through those new experiences, and then just about the week as a whole?
Yeah, first of all, I'm grateful for the Shrine Bowl giving me the opportunity to compete and come there and meet with coaches and play that game. It was amazing, but having Noel there, having other teammates there, it just made it all more comfortable. It just made it feel like we were back at Cal. We had Noel, we had Teddy, we had Marcus, just all on the field together. It just made it feel like we was back at Cal, so it really didn't feel like something new for real. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm grateful for that experience. It was a great week. Met with all the teams. Met with a lot of players who I have relationships with now. So I'm just blessed. How has football changed my life? Man, it's kept me focused. Honestly, I put football as a big priority in my life. I think that it helps me stay out of trouble. It helps me keep the main thing, and I'm just grateful that football is something that I was able to play since a kid, and now I'm here. So I'm just grateful.
Craig, I want to switch it up a bit and ask you a little bit of a fun question. What's something that you're passionate about off the field but nobody knows about?
Not that nobody knows about it, but I do a little bit of photography on the side. Kay knows about it a little bit, but yeah, I like to take pictures, do a lot of portraits and stuff, so I do that in my off season.
All right, and you're doing a little bit of Madden stuff this weekend. What do you think your rating should be?
Ooh, what it should be. Our rookies, bro, we gonna be in the 60s. I'm not even gonna cap to you. We rookies, so it's gonna be like a 66, 67 or something.
All right, and if football didn't exist, what would you be doing with your life right now?
Ooh, I probably would go into the photography stuff, honestly. I've always been into films, always been to be the person that was behind the camera, so.
Of all the DB drills they've ever made you go through, which one did you think was actually most helpful?
I would probably say just going through technique stuff when it comes to just playing catch or playing press, because that's kind of every down things when it comes to the league or even in college or high school. You're gonna be playing man-to-man coverage, so I think just going over technique stuff.
What's your approach to coming downhill and putting the wood on people?
man, taking that extra step and going through and beyond contact. That's the process, man. You gotta go through the offense, go through the ball carrier. Just get them on the ground at all means cost.
Craig, if you were to describe your game as what emoji describes you?
I would probably say the little purple emoji with the ears like this, the little crazy one. I would probably say that one.
Why?
I mean, because when I'm playing aggressive and dominant.
I got a fun question. What's your top 5 cereals?
Top 5 cereals?
3. Do top 3.
Top 3 cereals? Ooh, that's a tough. I'm gonna probably say Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Maybe Frosted Flakes. What's the good one? I don't really know. I mean, I don't really eat cereal like that, but I was trying to say that would be my top 2. Yeah.
When a scout wants to see you on tape, what's the first game you want to show them?
Miami.
Why that
sure.
game?
I think that's a game that I showed everything in that game. I showed that I can come down and hit. I showed that I can play in coverage, and I showed that to the last snap I'm gonna go and go get it.
Thank you.
Cam Ward is a guy who's getting a lot of attention this year. What against him as a passer in that game? What's your assessment of scouting?
Cam Ward, he's a great quarterback. He made a lot of passes in that game that really helped them come back and win that game. I think he's level-headed as well. I think that he's a player who puts the team on his back for real, and he is for the team. So he's a great guy. I hope the best for him, and yeah, that's it.
What are your great
My man coverage for sure. My man coverage has grown a lot. Working with Noah in the off season, just helping me with that, my technique, and just honing into that. I think this year I showed a lot that I can play man.
Of the people you've covered, who made the greatest impression on you as just a pure football player?
I would probably say the tight end from Oregon, from Syracuse. Yeah.
Arondé Gadsden.
Yeah. He was a good tight end. I was matched up on him a lot of times in the game, and he made some tough catches on me. So props to him.
Right, we're seeing this rise in the NFL in 2 high safeties, cover 4, cover 2. How do you still impact the game as a safety is getting pushed deeper and deeper to keep everything in front of you?
Yeah, we're getting pushed deeper, but you impact the game by getting your hands on the ball. That's really what it is. Creating turnovers and getting the ball back to your offense.
You get a chance to meet with the Rams?
I think I met with them informally, but not formally.
Craig, you talked earlier about the importance of challenging yourself and being challenged in practice. How did Fernando Mendoza and the offense do that for you this year?
Man, Fernando challenged us ever since he was a scout quarterback. I'll tell you that. From the year before when he started, he was on scout and he was dicing up the defense like every day in practice. And we knew that he would be great. But going against him, he's a really smart football player who takes the time to study film like to the max every day. So he was a guy that playing against a smart quarterback like that, it made it easier for you in the game.
How do you think he grew so far so fast, Mendoza?
Why
do you think he grew so far so fast as a player?
The work that he put in, the work that he put in the off season, and also during the season when nobody's looking. He's in the meeting rooms until 8 p.m. Every day, like just going in there and watching film with his coach. Like that's how you grow, and that's how you get better as a player.
Of the quarterbacks you face, you just talk about Cam. Where does Fernando stack against the quarterbacks you've ever gone up against?
I'm gonna for sure say top 10.
There you go.
For sure.
There you go. Give him some to shoot for. Give him a reason to keep working.
Oh, he has all the reason in the world to keep working. He knows that he can be here in a few years. He knows that he belongs here, and with him going to Indiana, I mean, I wish the best for him. But I think that he's a quarterback who's underrated a little bit. But in years, like his name for sure.
In terms of pure arm, like ability to get a ball there, how would you stack up the guys you faced in your college career? You could really get the ball there in a hurry.
I mean, I'm gonna still say top 10, man. Fernando's a great quarterback. He has the arm, he has the talent, he has the skill to do everything, make every throw. So, yeah. Thank you for going.
Craig, you have been at Cal for the past 6 years. In the midst of the transfer portal, in the midst of people going to different schools, you chose to make the commitment to stay at Cal.
Yep.
Why did you do that?
Yeah, man, I wanted to leave a legacy. That's really what it was. When we talk about Cal DBs, we talk about Ashton, Jalen, Cam, Elijah, all those guys, and I wanted to be a part of that. I wanted to be a person that my name got brought up when you talk about the Cal DBs who came through. So I had a lot more to show that last season. I really want to show like my skills, just everything, like everything I can do. I'm versatile, that I can be all around the field. So I just couldn't leave, man. The relationships there I built, it was amazing. I couldn't lead those guys, couldn't lead those coaches. It just felt right to stay at home.
Who's a young Cal DB that you think might someday be where you are here at Indianapolis?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Man, I'm hoping that Cam Sidney can be a guy that can really show up and make his mark on the game.
What makes him stand out to you?
Because he can do everything. He can play every position. He can play safety. He can play nickel. He can slide over the corner. Like he has the skills. He has the athleticism, and I think that he's one of the next men up.
Thank you.
Anybody you like to watch after the game after? Take things from?
Yeah, I definitely watch like Cam Bottom a lot. I watch Javon Holland because he's the guy who gets the ball. He goes to punch the ball at every tackle, and Reed Blankenship for sure.
When you are working on the fine points of your game, you obviously are, like I said, a student of the game. What are the top 3 things that you still want to get better at, like the most important things in your mind?
Yeah, trusting my eyes is one, because I think a lot of times that I diagnose things and maybe that I might be hesitant to go and make the play, but just trusting my eyes, trusting what I see. Continue to work in man coverage as well, and then the third one would be blitzing. I want to go and get some sacks.
Physically speaking, what things do you still want to do? Are you at the weight where you want to be? Are you still trying to get a little heavier? What are things do you still want to do with your body to get ready for the next level?
Just get stronger. You can always get stronger as a defensive back. I mean, you're going to go against running backs who are strong, who are big, Derrick Henrys and all those guys. So just getting stronger.
What's the thing you do best in the weight room?
Definitely my legs are probably what I do best. Any type of leg day, I mean, I'm going to be putting up numbers.
When you say numbers, you're talking like 475, 480, 490. Where are you in the squat rack?
I ain't max squatting on one time, but for sure, I'm up there.
I like that. Up there.
I'm up there for sure.
Greg, I apologize if you've already been asked this, but a lot of teams now are wanting to talk to guys about their ability on the field and then who they are off the field. What do you want NFL teams to know about you as a person other than your physical ability?
I'm led by Christ. I'm led by God, man. Every decision that I make, everything that I'm doing, the way I carry myself, I'm led by God, man. He's the foundation of my life. So you won't have to worry about me off the field. I'm doing things the right way. I'm doing things that help the community out and be a service to others.
Specifically, when you get settled in your new NFL home, what things do you want to do in that community?
Yeah, man, I want to help the less income communities. Definitely want to do something, put some type of camps together, just help out in any way I can.
So during this process, a lot of times people find out a lot of things about themselves, about their games. What is this pre-draft process taught you?
Yeah, just to be myself. That's what it's taught me. I think a lot of times that people try to put on this front for the coaches and the media and stuff, but at the end of the day, man, you gotta be yourself. That's who got you here. So just stay true to that.
You're a person who's been good at other sports. When did football become the sport in your mind?
It's always been the sport. I'm not gonna lie to you. Ever since I was 9 years old, when I started playing, football has been everything. I played, like you said, I played other sports, but it was no other feeling than being on that field and making plays.
What makes football, in your mind, number one over every other sport you've played?
I think the brotherhood, honestly. That's one thing that I really cherish about football, just the relationships that you build and when you're on the field making plays with your guys and celebrating wins, that's a feeling that you don't get anywhere else.
Do you think playing other sports actually helps your football career, though?
For sure, because, it develops skills when it comes to, track and stuff. It develops speed, and then just being able to jump, and you don't have to do that in football, so just playing other sports kind of just give you that balance.
Greg, what do you remember about the game going into 2023? I know it was a 1 point for you guys, so what do you remember about that?
Lose by 1 point. I would say that. We had that game in the bag, man. Coming into halftime, we was all lit in the locker room, and we was excited and everything. But he was a great quarterback who made the right throws and led the team back to get a comeback win. So that was one thing that I really just hated about that game. It's bro, we lost by 1 point. It was right there. We should have had it.
Craig, if you had one play back to play over again, what play would you choose to have back to play again, and why?
I would say my interception, my pick six, coming off of my 2021 season. first game of the season. Yeah, I had a pick six, and that was a moment in my life where all the things all the trials and tribulations I had the year before, it really just was a surreal moment having that pick six and coming back and being able to do that. It was a blessing.
Just got an off-the-wall question. Would you rather tackle Derrick Henry one-on-one in the hole or Lamar Jackson out in space?
I'm gonna say Derrick Henry in the hole, but that's a close quarter tackle. I mean, you get Lamar Jackson in space, you giving him room to do anything. He got speed, he can make the moves on you. So I'm definitely taking Derrick Henry in the hole. Thank you.
Okay, so that.
He's going to be a baller at the next level. A bunch of those dudes from that team are playing at the next level. A bunch of those dudes from our team are playing at the next level. So, bless us to stay there. A lot of guys I've played against faces at the next level.
Whatever. I'm trying to
make
it.
I never knew that you would line up somewhere pre-snap motion that he's in a completely different spot than post-snap. So I feel that he was a great one. I feel that pretty tight end. Max player is a baller and is probably one of the best tight ends that we played. And I probably think he'll be the next best tight end somebody to cause you long season.
Well, this is my second one. Yeah, obviously it's such a kid. Actual on-field stuff, but it's funny, ever since Slasher been credentialed, come for this, and then I leave, go home, and roll it on the because I've seen it enough on the inside, and the media portion inside the stadium. It's basically as if you're a fan. So we have to do some videos. Yeah, that was a good one, yeah. Actually, I think we had two.